Ano nga bang naglalaro sa isip ng isang babaeng madaldal na walang makausap? Tara, sasabihin ko sa'yo. Tuloy na sa Sawelay Thoughts. Hay mga langga, ang tagal na since nung huling episode na na-release ko and ngayon lang ulit nasundan. February 2025 na. Umpisahan natin tong taon na to sa isang topic na malapit sa puso natin. Red flags on talking stage. Today, I will share my thoughts on common red flags na napapansin natin while nasa talking stage pa lang and madalas isinasantabi lang natin kasi takot tayo na i-address yun dun sa tao since there's a possibility na matapos agad yung talking stage nyo. So, una sa lahat, what is a red flag? Literally, watawat na pula. Red, a very bright color, a bright color which mostly signals possible danger. So red flag, ito yung sinasabi nilang warning which tells us of potential issues. Kasi sabi nga ng mga tao, there are certain behaviors or habits na might cause negative impact on a relationship, and also red flags predict how a relationship would unfold daw. Napapansin nyo, in modern times, noticing red flags help people avoid toxic traits which may lead to emotional or even physical harm at a later part of a relationship. Kaya, isang mainit na topic talaga nowadays yung red flags. So, si Sawelay, nagtanong tayo sa mga friends natin kung ano yung red flag sa kanila. And for the clarity ng topic na to, hindi po kasama dito yung personal preferences nila, like ayaw nila sa smoker, o ayaw nila sa walang car, those things. Out of the red flags na sinabi nila sa akin, isi-share ko tong mga red flags na to which is common dun sa mga sinabi ng friends ko, and I also totally agree na ito yung madalas na red flags na napapansin even on our talking stage pa lang, pero sugod pa rin tayo ng sugod. Kasi nga, natural, marupok tayo di ba? So, number one common red flag, inconsistent communication or flaky communication. Ito yung lulubog lilitaw yung pakikipag-usap sa'yo. Kahapon, sobrang engaged sa conversation. Biglang today, walang paramdam. Ang malala pa, it will last for days or weeks na walang chat sa'yo or walang text or tawag sa'yo. Madalas sinasabi nila, sabi ng mga friends ko, when a person is inconsistent sa communication, you need to think about it. Kuya, mag-isip ka na. Kasi most people have phones and we are glued to them whenever we can. You mean to tell me within 24 hours, di niya nahawakan ng phone niya to check on your messages or even text you? I don't think so. And di ko kayo pinag-overthink ha, sa mga may katakong stage dyan na medyo inconsistent your communication. Hindi ko kayo pinag-overthink, but it's something to think about. I mean, yes, I understand. We have lives outside our phones. Ako personally, I have a job. I have 2 kids that I bond to. I have a mom that I talk to every chance I get. I have my relatives, I have my friends, we go out. I mean, yes, we have lives outside our phones, pero if a person is really interested sa'yo, they'll make time. I still believe no one is too busy for a person that they really want. And gusto kong isiksik yun sa kokote ko. At sa kokote niya na rin. Para fair. Second common na red flag on a talking stage. Mixed signals. Ayan, malapit na malapit ang puso natin dyan sa mixed signals. Yung one day, they're showering you with affection, then sunod, you will notice na they show minimal interest. O kaya, they avoid deeper conversations and they are uncertain about their feelings. Pwedeng this may indicate na they like you, yes, but not on the level to get to know you better. Or this might also show emotional unavailability, meaning they're not that interested. They're not that into you. Baka pinapakitaan ka lang ng motibo, pero walang balak saluhin ka. Sakit na naman pag nahulog, tapos walang sasalo, di ba? And dito papasok yung common quote na if it's not a clear yes, then it's a clear no. Ang masasabi ko lang, do you really want to be with someone who is half-hearted about their feelings towards you? Is that the kind of love na you want for yourself? Diba? Pag-isipan natin yan. Third, third red flag on a talking stage, even on a relationship, is manipulation. You know, if the person has manipulative behavior, ito yung maraming makaka-relate dito eh. Kasi, di ba, kahit sa business, manipulation is a strategy to gain advantage and gain control. Now, if your potential partner uses emotional exploitation to control you in the relationship, you might want to reconsider. Examples of manipulation tactics, alam niyo naman, nangunguna dyan, gaslighting. Di ba? That's a classic manipulative tactic. It's what, and you know, it makes a person question their sanity or reasoning. Parang binabaliw ka. Ganun. Ito example. Madalas nababasa ko sa mga Facebook stories. Example, si guy or si girl magdi-delete ng messages ng kung sino man. Then, when their partners ask bakit nagdi-delete, ang reason nung nag-delete was kasi kapag hindi ko dinilit, mag-iisip ka ng masama. O ayun, gaslighted pa nga ang person. You know, he or she is trying to make you think na ikaw yung problema. Na ikaw yung hindi maganda mag-isip, na malisyoso ka, malisyosa ka. And as time goes on, you will get used to the idea na baka nga naman okay ka lang mag-isip na you're being too sensitive. And that's how they manipulate you to stay longer with them. Next, under din ng manipulative behavior is yung love bombing. And I need to make kwento. I have this office friend. May nakamatch siya sa isang dating app. And on the first day, nakausap niya yung guy, nag-I love you agad si Gago. Alam niyo, excessive affection at early stages of a potential relationship might be an attempt to gain control in the future. Personally, I don't give kahit light affection to people I've just met. Even my friends now, yung first impression nila sa akin was intimidating, maldita, etc. Hindi marunong makisama. So I can't imagine how people in a dating scene could give excessive affection people they just met, let alone na na-meet mo online. And I also would like those people na nagpo-fall agad sa love bombing to be extra careful of who they trust. Kasi baka in the end, you will be taken advantage of. You know, at the end of the day, safety first, di ba? Lastly, ito yung madalas ginagamit ng mga manipulator. No, na-share sa akin ng mga friends ko, guilt tripping. Kokonsensyahin ka about something na hindi mo naman kasalanan or responsibility. May alam akong kwento. I want to share this story. Kasi bukod sa nakakatawa siya, medyo X-rated. You know, friends naman, when you share stories, diba? So, medyo X-rated to, ha. And I assume na mga adults po ang listeners natin. So, kung may bata kayong kasama, alisin nyo muna, or better yet, mamaya nyo na ituloy ang pakikinig. Because I don't mince words here. Hindi ako nag-edit ng sinasabi ko dito. So, ito yung kwento, no? If you're too sensitive about some words, sorry, my podcast, my rules. So, ito yung kwento. There was this guy na who's been talking to a girl. Yung girl yung kilala ko. So, a guy who's been talking to a girl for several months na rin, and it seems like it's going well. One day, si guy, nagsabi kay girl na magpapadala siya ng dick pic. Yes po, picture ng tite. Out of nowhere lang. Nowhere lang yung sinabi ni guy. Si girl, since hindi naman siya yung kind of girl na magagalak makakita na lang ng titi ng isang lalaki na hindi naman niya jowa or asawa, he refused. So itong lalaki, nag-apologize naman daw and sabi he understands daw na hindi vibe ni girl yung pag-send ng dick pic. Pero, biglang dinagdag ni Guy na naisip niya lang daw na sending a dick pic to this girl is his way of giving back dun sa mga sinisend sa kanya ni girl na random innocent selfies. Ito pa, dinagdag pa ni Guy. After siyang tanggihan ni girl, sabi ni Guy, now he's feeling like a bad person and he's so sad. Kasi he was turned down for something na akala niya ma-appreciate ni girl. Sorry, I have to laugh. And, true enough, nga naman, na-guilty si girl. And, inalaw niya na isend ni Guy yung dick pic. Pero, dinilit din agad ni girl. Dinilit ni girl, so hindi ko nakita. In case you wanted to ask me if I saw the dick pic, I did not. So, wait lang na to ako. Wait, lalabas tayo sa topic saglit. Sa mga listeners ko, do you enjoy or appreciate a dick pic? Lalo na yung mga unsolicited. Yung out of nowhere magsisend na lang. Comment lang kayo sa episode na to. It might be an interesting topic next time. So, nag-guilt si girl, hinayaan si guy mag-send ng dick pic. Because the guy is nasad siya. Correct. Anyway, going back, those are the examples of red flags na madalas nakikita at nararanasan na talking stage. Some are easily noticeable if, napansin nyo. And yung iba naman, need mo talaga maging mapagmatsyag, like matanglawin, to notice those. Also, ako personally, di ba, you notice when you date someone and you felt or may napansin kang red flag, it makes you unsure of their intentions towards you and kung ano silang klase ng tao. O natutunan ko, instead of obsessing over whether it's an actual red flag or not, I engage in a challenging but honest conversation. As you mature, I'll be turning 32 this year, so I always do my best to have direct conversation sa mga concerns ko sa buhay sa ibang tao. And tayo kasi we avoid hard conversations, but I am learning to have them whenever necessary. No, on my example, diba ako, if I notice a red flag, if I engage in a conversation about something they did, about a red flag that I noticed, and they validated my feelings and it makes us better understand each other, then I may continue on getting to know them more and see if something positive comes out from having that discussion. However, if they gaslight me or they don't even acknowledge my feelings over it, then it's time for me to stop and move forward. Kanya-kanya tayo ng response kapag nakakita or nakapansin ng red flag. Pero you have to know when to leave. Kasi nga, a red flag is there to warn us about potential dangers or deal breakers. It's a signal that we need to act upon. Since ang top priority natin, my top priority will always be my well-being. And sana kayo din. Learn the hard way. I ignored my gut feel and I ended up regretting some of the things I did because of the red flags I overlooked. And I'm sure tayo naman, may mga ugali din tayo na red flags sa ibang tao. Wala naman kasing taong perfecto. Diba? No one's perfect. As cliche as that saying goes. So, at the end of this podcast, sana matutunan natin na by being self-aware, being able to identify and address possible red flags, we can protect ourselves from potential harm, save ourselves from being hurt, and cultivate healthier connections. At the end of the day, your self-respect should be stronger than your feelings. Padayon langga. Ayan, salamat sa pagkikinig sa episode na 'to. Follow me on Instagram at Sawelay Thoughts and leave your comments there or sa Q&A portion ng episode na 'to. You may also follow this podcast to stay updated sa mga latest episodes. Ito po muli ang babaeng madaldal na walang makausap, daldal again next time, dito sa Sawelay Thoughts.